it's a good segue into what we're going to be discussing today, which is the ABCs of natural hair care and styling. But before I do, let me share with you our inspirational word for the day. It says, when I admire the wonders of a sunset or the beauty of the moon, my soul expands in the worship of the Creator. That's when I admire the wonders of a sunset or the beauty of the moon, my soul expands in worship of the Creator. When I admire the worship of a sunset or the beauty of the moon, my soul expands in the worship of the Creator. And that's by Mahatma Gandhi. All right, so let's jump straight into our first topic for the day, which, as Caroline there had hoped to hear about, is the ABCs of natural hair care styling. And joining me on the show, I have John Mwangi of Johnny Hair Arts. Karibu sana to the show.
Asante sana.
Good to see you here.
Pleasure.
Now, let's talk about natural hairstyling. You, of course, are a celebrity hairstylist. You've worked on a lot of different hair types. And so you've seen a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the most common mistakes you've seen when it comes to taking care of our natural hair? Juu watu wanaona ni gunia, o sijui ni kazi ngumu, o sijui ni super bright.
First of all, my name is...
I'm a still wire.
My name is Johnny Hair Arts, and I'm a hairstylist, award-winning hairstylist. I've been in the industry for the last 10 years. And the natural hair trend started like 5 years in a catch market. So the mistakes that people undergo is maintaining the hair in natural hair is the moisture balance, because that's all about natural hair. How much moisture you leave in the hair, so that the hair is manageable and stylable, and it can remain healthy and grow faster.
Right.
Yeah.
And so once you figure out that moisture to protein balance, that's really the science of it,
That's
right?
the science of it.
So it seems that some people do way too much of one thing. Some people maybe over-moisturize their hair.
The heat that people have been doing blow dry or thermostyling. So if you do too much heat on hair that has no moisture, that you're leaving no moisture, you're not protecting the hair from the heat, then you'll end up losing the curl pattern of the hair. Yeah.
All right. Well, we actually have a model that's going to be coming onto set, I believe, right now. So as they make their way onto set, you know, a lot of African women have really perceived natural hair as difficult, and we've had very negative connotations about it ever since we were growing up. And here we have our model and a hairstylist. Your name is Stephen? Steve Shege, also from Johnny Hair Arts. Karibuni sana to the show. As you guys get ready to show us a few things here, there's been this perception about our hair. We've never liked it, right? We've always found it so difficult, and for many people it's seriously affected their self-esteem, and even our own identity as Africans. What would you comment about that now? You know, when did this switch begin to happen?
Yeah, when the switch begins to happen, welcome. The switch of a natural hair trend has been there. People used to do afro, especially men used to keep afro hair, that is just wash hair, condition hair, and comb into an afro. Now it came to styling and other techniques that you are that model or that woman, that celebrity, want to step in stylish,
right,
and want to also keep your natural hair.
Okay.
So through that and through the movement coming into the African market, and most products coming from the American market, so adapting to the market, to the new products, because people used to maintain hair using coconut oil,
sure,
and other systems of heat styling to make the hairstyle or to straighten the hair.
Okay.
So what has affected is now the education, because now the natural hair trend came in with education. So most people didn't come in to get the education. You just jump into the market. There's a new product in the market. You want to try it out,
sure,
without knowing how it is being used or what effect that is bringing to the hair.
So you certainly need to understand your hair type. All right. Well, Steve is here already getting to work. Tell us a bit about this hair. Is this natural hair that's been blow dried?
Yeah, this is natural hair. We just did straightening,
okay,
and conditioning.
Okay.
Yes.
And so now you're trying to, what sort of hairstyle? Just explain the style as you continue working. What are you trying to go for here, Steve?
Yes, I want to do a protective hairstyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what makes the style protective? Let's talk about that.
there is not much pulling
Okay.
to the edges.
Okay, so there's not much pulling. Maybe, John, you can pick up on that. Talk
Yeah,
to us
sure.
about protective styling, because we hear that a lot also.
Yeah,
with the
about
natural
protective
hair.
styling is how you keep your hair after shampooing your hair, conditioning your hair. How do you keep it for the next treatment?
Yeah, before
Now,
your next
so the
wash.
protective style is holding the hair into position without affecting it chemically or physically.
Okay.
So what affects the hair is the heat, because maybe the water content may be sweating, the heat from the environment, or just the styling heat. So once you do the protective styling like braiding, you don't apply too much traction on the hairline or on the root,
Tension.
because now you need to wear the style protectively and feel comfortable on wearing the style.
Right.
So what we recommend is a style that will keep you at comfort first, then that will serve you for that duration.
Okay, and
So-
protective styles also cover, so it's not just your edges. You
Yeah.
don't want these being pulled out, because that's when we have, once you lose these, it's really hard to recover those back.
Yeah.
But also the ends of the hair.
Also the ends of the hair, because once you do the braiding or you tuck in the edges, rather the ends, the split ends, after cutting the split ends and then styling it in a protective style, you will put the edges into a condition that you're not combing too much hair.
Right.
Because now the more you comb the hair, the more you end up losing hair.
Right.
So holding the hair into position will make the product work out during that resting period,
Okay.
and also make the hair absorb the product that you had applied. If it's a leave-in conditioner, if it's the oils, or even the moisture.
Right.
Yeah,
So
moisturizers.
it sounds like with this natural hair, sipo ati sayote uko your hands are in your head. You need to give your hair space, right?
Yeah.
Because all of that manipulation actually damages the hair.
Yeah, sure.
And shrinkage, let's talk about that, because a lot of women get frustrated about it, but they don't know that shrinkage is actually a very good sign of the health of your hair.
Yeah, because there's a different level that brings us to the hair texture.
Hair types, yeah. and
The more your hair shrinks, the higher the curl pattern, the counts of the curl pattern of the hair. So shrinkage is not a problem, but now it's the humidity that brings the shrinkage. Because once you wash your hair, you add water. So if your hair is highly porous, the porosity of your hair, it will absorb more products. And if it has a higher curl pattern, or the porosity is high, then the hair will end up absorbing more moisture or more products,
Yeah.
and shrink more.
Yeah.
So some hair will, if your hair is long, it will be heavy.
Okay.
Because now the hair, the content or the product will build up on the length.
And just to
So-
explain that porosity so that our viewers understand, a
Yes.
simple test, there's a simple test you can do to determine if you have low or high porosity, which, as John is saying, determines how well your hair holds moisture, right?
Yeah.
What's a simple test that you could do to figure that out?
You just get a few strands. Once you comb your hair with the afro comb or a big comb, you get a few strands. Then you'll put it in water. So the speed at which the strands sinks into the bottom of the glass. If it sinks faster, your hair is highly porous. It absorbs the moisture or the content and gets heavy. If it floats, your hair is not porous.
Okay.
So for that, you need to now moisturize your hair more and make it more porous. Some hair are genetically like that.
Okay.
Like, because you see, hair is genes. It's what comes from your body, what you
Sure.
eat, what you drink.
Sure.
So some hair will not, you can't just say that you'll apply product to make it more porous. You need now to
it's
start
the
now
way it
exercise.
is, so you just need to work out with
Yeah,
what you
or
have.
your routine. Some maybe it's the hormonal imbalance that
Okay.
will affect your hair.
All right, John,
Yes.
I want us to touch on this hairstyle here. Can you explain to us what we're seeing now? Talk to us about this style and why this would be a good option for a lot of people.
So what is done is just done a protective butterfly. It's more of an updo, and the things you look at while styling the hair is the face of the model, so that you bring out the face and the style and the smile out of it.
Right.
So
And this looks like something someone can do for themselves at home, right?
yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
So it's depending on the occasion first, and then what you're protecting your hair from.
Okay.
So what you wear will also affect.
Yeah.
For this one, you don't need hair, like clothes that you are removing.
Okay.
Once you do the clothes, you're set, then you can just pin the hair up.
So when it comes to natural hair, one of the biggest concerns people have is the length, right?
Yeah.
And whether they can achieve certain styles because of the length of their hair. So with this case, you had to blow dry her hair, right?
Yes,
but if
yes.
someone has shorter hair, what are some of the other styling options that one could do?
For shorter hair, you have a variety of styles that will do. You can also style hair without necessarily straightening the hair.
Yeah.
You don't have to straighten the hair to make it longer. So you can have more curls on the hair.
Right.
You
Maybe
can
do
do
a pin up on one side.
Yeah, a pin up on one side. You can have a fringe work. You can have extensions. You can do extensions. There are very light extensions that you can apply, and you can also do coloring. Because once you color short hair, it will give out a different illusion.
Right.
Yeah.
And when it comes to now maintaining, say, a hairstyle like this, you know, because we're also saying you don't want to manipulate your hair every day. So akitaka kuvaa hii hairstyle for like 3 days, afanyaje usiku? Ama wewe ukilala unajirusha sana. It depends. If you're that type of sleeper, or you know, how would she take care of this style to stretch it for the longest time?
What he has applied is some holding spray.
Okay.
That will hold the style into position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you do, the next is just sheening. Add more sheen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you add more of the holding spray?
No, you don't add more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just put that, and you can use that again. And this, I mean, you can do this on any sort of hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if the hair had curls at the top, you could still use curls at the top.
Yeah, sure.
So generally, it sounds like you're saying, as far as the basics of hair care styling, heat is something that people need to be concerned about.
Yeah.
Don't apply much heat. Don't do too much manipulation. But most importantly, it sounds like it's to figure out your hair type, and so if you need more moisture or more protein.
Yeah.
Okay.
More moisture, more protein, and also what you take in. Because basically hair is oil and water.
Yeah.
And most of the products in the market are based on the oil content. Is it oil based or is it water based?
Yeah.
So what you bring into your hair is through consultation. When you
Okay.
get to your stylist, you need to understand each other.
Yeah.
What you need to put into the hair, or what is too much in the hair that you will need to reduce.
Okay.
To bring in the moisture balance.
All right, let me read some feedback here. Is it safe to not blow dry hair? I normally just wash and comb. I'm afraid of too much heat on my hair.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like also mine, I rarely blow dry.
Yeah, me too.
And
I hardly blow dry.
so there are straightening techniques. You can use the thread. You just wrap the thread on the long hair strands.
Yeah.
Then combing it out in the morning or after some time, you'll get it straight.
Gracie from Athi River says, my hair has shrunk na imekatika sana huku nyuma. What can I do? Any thoughts? I mean, you might have to see her hair first, but
Yeah, I would like to see the hair, but also if the cutting is at the back,
yeah.
maybe that could have been affected by maybe they had relaxed their hair in the past,
Yeah.
and maybe there was the rinsing was not thorough
Sure.
at the back.
Oh
So
dear.
that over processing will make the hair that is growing there or that part of affected and making the hair weak.
Okay.
Yes.
Someone else is saying, a final question. Good morning, Joyce. I would love to have natural hair, but I sweat a lot at night. Please ask him what I should do. Enjoying the show from LD. Asante sana for your love there. Yeah, so again, with that moisture thing and humidity, people get concerned about your nywele kushrink na kushikana tena. So for someone who sweats a lot and wants to be a naturalista, what would you tell them?
For sweating, what comes out from the sweat, it comes from the body. So meaning it's not like a bad product. So you need to adapt a cleansing procedure or oiling your scalp with anti-itch products.
Okay.
That will not, once you sweat, you don't itch as well.
Okay.
Because you find the sweat is salty.
Yeah.
It has the sweat, the salt effects from the scalp. So having oils that will moisturize your scalp as well will balance your sweat. So
Okay.
on the hair, on curling the hair, once you sweat, the hair shrinks back.
Yeah.
So you can apply the heat protective products,
Okay.
heat protectors, to make sure that once you have your hairstyle, it will last. Also, people who go to the gym,
Sure.
You find you'll do a flat iron or a hairstyle, then they go to the gym, a relaxer, then the hair looks like it didn't get to the relaxer bit because of the sweat.
Sure.
So you can adapt to other styling techniques that will involve moisture. You can get a moisture splash that will just spray to your hair and get back the moisture, get back the curls, and get the bounce.
Okay, and our time is up, and so I have to wrap up this interview. But I just wanted to point out, are you seeing the way Steve is combing this hair pole pole? Ka hairdresser wako anakuchana na kichwa yako inaruka inadunda from huku to huku. You're seeing a bad hairstylist, because gentleness is very important. You're not feeling any pain, I trust. Yeah. So it seems that he's working on one more style. As he wraps that up, I'm just going to say thank you so much to you, Johnny Hair Arts, and your team. And thank you to you guys who've sent in your questions. Hopefully you've learned a thing or two. I know we've not fully exhausted everything about natural hair. Perhaps we can continue this discussion at another time. So with that said, we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned for more Full Circle with Joyce.